Hi, my name is Izzy Sabatino, and I am the summer intern at Strong Schools, Maryland. One of my projects this summer has been working to transform the often hard-to-digest raw data published by the state into a series of interactive data dashboards, separated by blueprint pillar and accessible for the general public. In this video, I'm going to take you through the dashboard created for Pillar 2, High Quality and Diverse Teachers and Leaders, which is available on our webpage linked below. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is this first bar graph, showing us the relationship between school poverty level and inexperienced teacher percentage, defined as the percent of teachers with less than 3 years teaching experience in a district. In these blue bars, we see the data for all schools combined within each district. The red and yellow bars each represent a selection of schools within a single district. An individual bar's data is composed of schools in either the bottom quartile for red or the top quartile for yellow when looking at the percent of students receiving direct certification. Basically, economically disadvantaged student concentration. For example, looking at Baltimore City, the red bar tells us that the schools within this district, which fall in the bottom quartile of direct certification enrollment, have an average teacher inexperience level of 7.1%. The yellow bar tells us that schools within Baltimore City that fall into the top quartile have an average teacher inexperience level of 23.3%. And the blue bar tells us that across all schools in the district, the average inexperience level is 21.6%. Overall, we can see that schools with high concentrations of economically disadvantaged students have an average teacher inexperience level of 24.1%, compared to all schools across the state at 18.3%, compared to low poverty schools at 14.2%. This same trend is seen in the students of color concentration in schools as well. We can see that the average inexperience level of teachers in schools with high concentrations of students of color is at 24.6%, compared to the 13.3% inexperience rate at schools with low concentrations of students of color. Next, we can look at the connection between teacher inexperience level and the percentage of students who are meeting rigorous indicator levels, which are defined by the state as meeting 4 out of 6 indicators in categories such as SAT scores and language learning. Looking at the map seen here in the top left, and by selecting counties with the lowest overall levels of teacher inexperience seen here, here, and here, for example, it's clear that counties with these lower inexperience levels also have some of the best rigorous indicator results. Also, the districts with higher levels of teacher pay have higher indicator results, which we can see by interacting with this highlighter tool here, and again observing the map to the left. Hovering over this map also provides more detailed information on each county, like exact teacher salaries. Another key takeaway is the connection between teacher salary within districts and the percentage of inexperienced teachers, and how this disproportionately affects schools with high concentrations of economically disadvantaged students. If we look at districts in which the average teacher pay is $60,000 to $75,000, we can see that the inexperience level of the teachers in these districts is much higher than the typical inexperience levels, as seen by these highlighted bars being mostly above our black average lines. Additionally, these districts have much higher concentrations of low-income students, as almost none of these districts have a subsection of schools with a low concentration of low-income students, which would be represented by highlighted red bars here. The final key takeaway I'll discuss is the connection between average teacher education level and the concentration of students of color within districts. If we look at districts where more than 60% of teachers have a master's degree, we can see that none of these districts are those with schools containing high concentrations of students of color, which would be represented by a highlighted yellow bar here. If we look at the 40 to 60% master's degree category, still only 3 out of the 10 relevant districts are those with higher concentrations of students of color in some of their schools. So, I hope that you found the information in this video interesting and enlightening. The full dashboards and additional written information will be available on our website with the link in the caption below, where you can also interact fully with each visualization yourself. Finally, keep an eye out for more videos as I will go through each pillar's dashboards in future ones. Thank you.